Hello, I'm Leanne Spar. In this section, we will analyze the balance sheet. We will specifically discuss the following objectives. We will compare balance sheets using vertical analysis, and we will compare balance sheets using horizontal analysis. Now let's compare balance sheets using vertical analysis. Let's look at this comparative balance sheet for Pleasure Yacht Incorporated, in which we look at assets, liabilities, and total liabilities and owner's equity for this year and for last year, and the percents for this year and last year. Let's take a look at assets. Let's look at current assets, cash. Cash is $52,000, which is 13% of total assets, $400,000. Notes receivable is $8,000, which is 2% of total assets of $400,000. Accounts receivable, $148,000, which is 37% of $400,000. Inventory, $153,000, which is 38.3% of $400,000. And total current assets, $361,000, which is 90.3% of $400,000. We can also do plant assets. Land is $10,000, which is 2.5% of $400,000. Buildings, $14,000, which is 3.5% of $400,000. Fixtures, $15,000, which is 3.8% of $400,000. And our total plant assets of $39,000 is 9.8% of $400,000. As you can see, you can perform the exact same procedure in finding last year's percents. Now let's go to liabilities. We can look at our current liabilities. Accounts payable is $3,000, which is 0.8% of the total liabilities and owner's equity of $400,000. Notes payable, $201,000, is 50.3% of total liabilities and owner's equity. Total current liabilities is $204,000, which is 51% of total liabilities and owner's equity. We'll look at long-term liabilities. Mortgages payable is $20,000, which is 5% of total liabilities and owner's equity. Long-term notes payable, $58,000, is 14.5% of $400,000. Total long-term liabilities, $78,000, is 19.5% of total liability and owner's equity. Total liabilities, $282,000, which is 70.5% of total liabilities and owner's equity. And the owner's equity, $118,000, is 29.5% of the total liabilities and owner's equity of $400,000. Once again, you can perform these computations for last year's figures. Now let's compare balance sheets using horizontal analysis. This is a portion of the balance sheet for Peerless Pools and Spas. We're going to perform a horizontal analysis between this year and last year, and we will look at the increase or decrease, we will look at the amount, and we will look at the percent. Assets. Cash this year is $52,000. Last year was $42,000, which is an increase of $10,000, and $10,000 is 23.8% of $42,000. Notes receivable, $8,000 this year, $6,000 last year, which is an increase of $2,000, and $2,000 is 33.3% increase. Accounts receivable increased by $28,000, which is 23.3% of last year's value. Inventory increased by $33,000, which is 27.5% of $120,000. So the total current assets this year, $361,000, last year, $288,000, which is an increase of $73,000, or 25.3% of $288,000. For plant assets, the land, this year is $10,000, last year was $8,000, so the increase is $2,000, or it's 25% of $8,000. The buildings increased from $11,000 to $14,000, which is a $3,000 increase, or 27.3% increase. The fixtures This year $15,000, last year $13,000, which gives us a $2,000 increase, or 15.4% increase. Total plant assets this year $39,000, last year $32,000, gives us a $7,000 increase, is 21.9% increase. So total assets this year are $400,000, last year $320,000, which gives us an $80,000 increase, which is 25% of last year's amount. In this section, we analyze the balance sheet, which is an important component of any business. So why don't you practice some exercises in your book of doing horizontal analysis and vertical analysis of balance sheets.